Hello everyone, my name is Olfbert and today we'll be casting another game from Hold the Line. This will be a Division 2 on the week 3 of the tournament between the combination of Condor Legion with Ronin in the Allies side of the map versus Chimera on the Axis side. Map is going to be Omaha, and the midpoint is going to be Artillery Battery. This is like the tournament is characterized by this. It's going to be a 36s with certain restrictions on different parts of the map. So we are going to see in a second here. I'm going to show you the layout of the map for tonight, or today, or this morning, depending on where you are in the world. It's evening for me. So this is, as you can see, the red area is the area is going to be geofenced, as we say. It's going to be considered by a bot as out of bounds, and you have 10 seconds to make it back into the green area. What this means for the game is that all the capture points are going to be on the bottom of the map. So it's going to be from the German side. It's going to be the B7 and C7. And from the Allied side, it's going to be H7 and I7 on the beach. Midpoint is in Omaha is going to be Artillery Battery, which means both Allies and Axis are going to have a pretty considerable distance between both capture points, between their second and their third. But this is particularly difficult for Axis. Anyone who has played Artillery Battery as Axis, in this case today Chimera, could attest to how difficult it is to make it back into the point once you lose the initial capture. So you can see here, part of the explanation is because of the orchards, which is the second point, and Artillery Battery are very far apart, two squares and something, so almost 400 meters, sorry, and something else. And in between there is a very complicated terrain, and there's a certain approach that the Allies can do from the church, from the 6th line. So orchards is always very difficult to defend as Axis, and also very difficult to push from into battery. Whereas for the Allies, as you can see here in the G line, the far west of the G line, there is on G7 and G8 considerable buildings near that yellow road, or the bifurcation of the yellow road, in the F column as well. So that makes it easier, makes for a much more feasible approach from the Allies' perspective back into the capture pressure on Artillery Battery. So tonight, if whoever gets the initial capture is going to have considerable advantage, as always. But in particular, if Axis, if Chimera today, doesn't get the initial capture, normally as games in Held Let Loose go, it will be pain. It will be pain for Axis. This point and this map in particular, it's very interesting for it allows a combination of both armor and MGs, and armor and even some AT play. But this is going to be 100% infantry, who either makes a push feasible or not. Especially in this layout, all in the south. Armor is going to play a more secondary role. There's a lot of open spaces and a hilly terrain in the south. Infantry in this case will make the major, pushes work. It will be the protagonist, whereas armor is going to be a secondary supporting role, most probably. And especially in the south, in the very map edge, in the E and F, those little alleyways covered by hedgerows, that's where perhaps if infantry and armor can play together and make the most out of their combination. Whereas in the frontal push, it's going to be mostly infantry. So we'll see if the Argentine combination, the South American team, or the Australian Oceanic team wins today. Chimera comes from a very important victory versus the Circle in the past week. I think the week 1. And I don't remember. I casted the game, but I don't remember the result of Condor Legion. We'll have to check it. Give me 1 second. We can search this up. We should be able to check this up. So Chimera beat the Circle 32. That is confirmed. And Chimera Ocelots was also the first map, and that was 5-0 Chimera. So if we check MIB played with the Condor Legion Ronin, and MIB won. MIB won 32. So for some reason, I'm checking here, and it says Chimera lost 2-3 to the Circle. I thought it was the other way around. Maybe I'm confusing the tournaments. Yeah, I'm confusing the tournaments. It was a victory for the Circle. My bad. Confusing HCA with Hold the Line. So Chimera needs this win as much as Condor Legion. They both come from one loss. So they need to, probably they're eager to go away with a victory tonight or today. This is awesome for us because that means it's gonna be both teams really trying their best to win this map tonight. Okay, so in 5 minutes time, we are probably gonna have the players filling up the server. So far is only 15 players from Chimera. Chimera is probably going to be the first one to fill the server because they're hosting tonight. The server is going to be Chimera US West, so that means even Chimera is going to have some high ping for a change. The pings I'm looking at right now are in the range of 160 to 200, so it's not terribly high. It's going to be probably almost the same as the South American team, so I don't expect any problems regarding ping, the ping or the MS being a big factor, favoring one team over the other. Also tonight we're trying for the very first time a double streaming on both platforms, Twitch and YouTube, so with a 30 minutes delay. So hopefully that goes well. Wish me luck. And another factor being important today is that there's a humongous, electrical storm that just hit here, Wilmington and the area of Philadelphia. So very probable we might lose power. And if I lose power, the cast will go with it. So hopefully none of that happens today. And we have a flawless double platform cast. I'll try to record as well in case something goes wrong with the cast. I did some tests, so it should be okay. Should be good to go on both. Okay, I will see you in 2-3 minutes, 5 minutes tops, with the beginning of the game. I'll see you in a few minutes.
Stamattina mi sono alzato, oh bella ciao, 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 ciao. Stamattina mi sono alzato e ho trovato l'invaso.
Oh partigiano, portami via, oh bella ciao, bella ciao. Bella ciao, 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 partigiano, portami via, che mi sento di morire.
Se io muoio da partigiano, oh bella ciao, 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 ciao. Se io muoio da partigiano, tu mi devi seppellire lassù in montagna. Oh bella ciao, 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 ciao. Seppellire lassù in montagna, sotto l'ombra di un bel fiore.
E le genti che passeranno, oh bella ciao, 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 ciao. E le genti che passeranno,
Bueno, this is almost ready. We have 34 versus 37 players already. Let me show you here. Already logged in into the server. So any moment now, we're gonna be able to flip the map. I'm gonna be casting from Ronin Condor Legion's side, that is from the Allies side. We are going to come from the beach, trying to capture artillery battery. I'm gonna pay attention very closely to any rocket snipes that they might have. Well, I don't know if you hear that, but there's deep rumbling thunderstorm here in the Philadelphia area. So if at any point, hopefully not, the cast is interrupted, most probably is because my power went out. Hopefully none of that happens. We are fortunate that we have 2 casters today, so please be sure to check Nopers from the Chimera side, also casting. So if anything goes really wrong, I lose power or something really is damaged with the stream, apologies for that in advance. And at least, like I said, we will have on the other side a second caster, making sure at least we have a game. It seems to be okay on YouTube. We're gonna make sure it's also working on Twitch. One more second. We are 1 minute over, so this should be already flipping. I don't know why it's not. Soon will be. We are 38, 37, so we have referees and we have casters. Hopefully everything is in order. As we said in a few minutes before in the introduction that I did, both teams come into the tournament with 1 loss each, at least from the last weekend. Ronin lost to MIB in the opener game, and Chimera lost 32 to the Circle as well. So both teams are really trying to win this one. It was really important for them to get a little bit of an advantage over each other because they have similar scores. So this is artillery battery. This is what when the map flips, this is what it's gonna be all about. And this tournament, I remind everyone who probably just tuned in, this is 36s, and the map is restricted to a little bit. It's a bounds here, basically a little bit over the church, and that's it. It's all front door. It's all front door. Hold the line, indeed. And certain maps and certain layouts for points make that very entertaining to watch, and some of them make it very boring and very predictable. I cast a few weeks ago Botton, BOTN versus ESPT, and it was West Bend Foy. Really boring. Really boring. And I could have just left the camera sitting in one spot, and it would have been a terrible game anyways. But today, this map offers a little bit more of entertainment. We have options of a push over here into orchards for the allies. We have, of course, this frontal push into those few buildings there with connecting to the orchards, trees, and into those buildings. And this open ground here, which is open, but it's also very hilly. So there are chances of moving about between these little objects of cover. Even for armor, there's an option here to use the terrain to your advantage. But of course, this very map edge here, this very area is going to be super important. We do have map flip. I'm checking Twitch is working. Awesome. We are gonna wait for artillery before I take up a squad. Probably they're dropping their supplies. I learned from the other week, we're gonna wait a little bit longer. There you go. I'm gonna join this one. And I'm gonna take flight. And here we go. See tappy tappy, some hammering of nodes. We have here in one Stewie Canuto as a gunner with I missed the driver. Malinois. Like the dog, I imagine. We have here in the medium Brian Panzer with Airweld and deleted. Here we have our recruit going to build the AT gun. Tap, tap, tap. Here we go. And here we go. We have a truck over here with a few players. I wish I could take up names. Bardo here probably is preparing Mati from Bardo, probably waiting for the wall drop and some bazooka prepared. I missed out here. There's another truck waiting to climb. I hope that OP doesn't block their way. It's gonna be funny if they do get stuck in the OP. Okay, there is a Greyhound that I failed to mention with a solo with Kansa, probably a member of the Stewie crew. On the other side, we have Puma, Heathens, Mario in a Lux, another Puma, another Lux, and where's the medium? Medium is in the south. Perfect. Here we go. Rules are enabled, so the geofence is active. 2 trucks from the south. So far, the timing of the bazookas is crucial. Some people get ready for the Gary. I hear one bazooka was fired. Nothing connects. Nothing connects. Everyone is alive. Major encounter here in the south. Artillery is doing a number. Very good artillery in the opener. Very smart from Chimera to have that. The first shells coming to this house is very predictable. Every team has to bring a truck in there. Puma's gonna finish off whatever is left. A very smart play. Chimera taking the point by storm. So everyone who got out of that truck got obliterated. Very strong opening from Chimera. Who's in this Heathens? And someone else? No, this is a different Puma. Dingo and Rum. This is gonna wreak havoc. It's gonna take all the Garys. That Puma's gonna destroy the reset. Nobody marked it. Nobody marked it yet. Gary is gonna go. They did not see that. They don't have a spotter. Incredible. Incredible. How is this tank not looking for Garys? Incredible mistake there by the Puma. It had two garrisons. Very predictable. Very expected. And they just failed to do that. They take down a Stewie. Oh, help take down a Stewie. But it will have done so much damage taking these two Garys. Here they come again. Sorry I'm paying attention to this, but this is crucial for the future of Garys gone. They redeemed themselves. But now there is a bazooka, so now it might be too late for the Puma. Puma taken down. Very good job by Ultra, spawning really quickly. But it could have taken two, potentially three Garys. There's nothing else behind WN70. They already spawned the second medium, already spawned the second P4. Let's pay attention a little bit to the front line. It has stabilized. The medium has certainly helped stop the push from Chimera, who was crossing the road really freely. We see the P4 trying to find an angle. This medium is not aware. The P4 already caught the whiff. And first shot goes in. A very good job by the P4. Medium destroyed. Excellent play by Entice, who is gunning TC today. Why not? Now that you can ping from the gun, why not? So Ronin Condor Legion loses the opener medium to a very nice push there by P4. Let's see if the P4 is backing up. So not trying to finish anything off. We see a Stewart going for the AT gun. Is it two-man? They certainly saw this. The Puma is reacting to this. What's going on? Pumas might take the kill. Now he's switching seats very quick. Very quick reaction. I do not understand how they didn't see this AT gun when they rolled over. Probably they stalled at the engine and they couldn't turn around. The driver's main responsibility there. In the south, they got wiped and they put a Gary. Interesting. So Chimera full control of the south. Cheeky bazooka, very close. Ultra, very close, but hit something on the way. We mentioned this, how tanks could be seemingly in the open. We mentioned this in the introduction. They're gonna try to hold back until the medium cleans this up. They're gonna use the looks to hold the line. There's another looks here. I really like this spot for the opener. It is both in hardcap and it's also cross-firing with the other looks into the south. Those hedges and protecting the OP, of course. This is very nice. Mario here and the gun. Look how those two luxes are really not only distracting but also doing a number on the infantry in the south. At least I counted 3 kills over there. Plus the crossfire from the infantry from the south and the infantry here from the north. We see Frangalicious. The Gary was repositioned. We're gonna see probably very soon medium on medium encounter here, both with 2 tankers. The opener medium here behind the artillery battery. Perhaps a little passive. Probably that medium should be in this hedges, right? In this, either this hedge or this hedge. For some reason this medium is really in the back. No need for this because there's no enemy tank in the area. And this other medium more appropriately located. Try to find the other medium here. I don't know why there's only one person inside. Light artillery started to focus on the south. See if they can help Bokeh's crew and KBE as well. Both quads. See if they can get here near the Gary area. Really, something to highlight. Really good job today. Armor from Chimera in the opener, cross-firing south to north, north to south. Finally, the looks went down. The medium is taking another crossfire spot. I really like this. Medium receives track damage. Okay. That bombing run didn't take the Gary, didn't kill anything. Not even a single infantry. We haven't paid attention to Church, but Church is also in control of Chimera. Chimera looks like, let me check, it's 37, okay. Plus the caster and the referee. Chimera playing like they're 49s. They're all over the map in great shape, Reminders for everyone, there is a limit of the map. They cannot play any further north than the lower third of the 5th line. So up to this truck is basically probably the most they can go. This road is the most they can do. And this is something I've started to see more and more in this Hold the Line tournament in the 36s. Gary's on the very map edge. One at the very end of the map, right here, and another one in the south. So you get the hinges, basically, with Gary's. And then you fill in the middle with OPs and the rest. Which is not the main tactic in regular 49s. Don't tell me this is the medium. No, this is a truck. Okay. I like this. A little bit more aggressive. It's shooting at the house over there. Let's see a little bit of the action from the level. Jockey takes a nice kill. He received one in the mouth, but he's alive. They filled up the OP. It's a half-track, but it's an ally. Half-track cleaned by Blue. No, by the commander. Maxi took that kill. Yes, very good job. So, half-track is rehabilitated. Centurion, Diesel, making a push front door. With the help of both tanks here, why not? If the next point is WN70, why not? The whole purpose of conquering this area Of course, everyone wants to have the church, but the whole purpose of this is so you can crossfire into artillery battery, right? But in order to be here, you need to control the church so that you don't get also crossfired. So it's a game of dominoes, right? One piece falls, so the other one can fall, so the other one can fall. So that's what the Ronin squad right here is trying to do. He's trying to push to the very edge of this compound here, and then clean the area towards the church. Band, Totem, Tony Soprano, they're trying to encircle the church from the other end, from the northern part of the map end. Holo puts a bazooka on the half-track, so no more spawns from that half-track for now. So far, so good. W Enjoyer gets a kill and gets taken down in reverse. So apparently there are some mix of Ronin squads and Legion Condor squads. I don't see them mixing. Apparently it's one squad per team. Mati is in the window there, trying to hold the house. Something very characteristic of Legion Condor in particular is the use of smokes. So expect a lot of this. We're probably gonna see a lot of smokes in these pushes. In this case, is working for Chimera. I think this is Chimera's doing. Very nice push here. They killed wolves, so now the house is theirs. Seems to be a very committed frontal push here. The medium is being repaired. Yeah, as long as they have this, I like this. The two mediums pushed up. I like this a lot, and the first heavy is coming up on church. So they're trying to fill bottom, medium, and north with different pieces of armor. Diesel has more lives than a cat. Survived that artillery round somehow. And we probably have heathens here, heathens and shadows, still alive in the opener Puma. We see here the commander of the Axis, commander of Chimera, putting a lot of pressure on those tanks. The first heavy is up. Another half-track. This is something I've seen as well. Mostly Latin American teams, they really love their half-tracks. I'm not convinced about the usefulness. I think it's a band-aid. Half-tracks are a very expensive way of building a garrison. I do see their utility, the usefulness as anchor, maybe, especially in 36s. But I'm not really a fan of using a lot of, particularly like Maxinator is using it offensively. I don't think they're worth the 150 fuel. They're very big, very easy to kill, one bazooka, very easy to spot, very easy to block, and it takes forever to spawn on them. So that's what I insist. I think half-tracks are mostly a defensive issue, defensive asset. This medium is gonna go down, yes, to this heavy. The heavy is touched. The heavy is in severe trouble here, severe damage, and is showing side and engine to a tank in the south, which might have a cheeky line on them. Like we said in the preview as well, in the introduction, this is a point that it's made or broken by infantry. Armor here plays second fiddle, secondary role. Armor basically helps infantry push, but here we shouldn't expect any hero plays from the tanks. Nice pen on that before by this crew here. Thrag. Put one in them, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna have a repair station soon. Oh, okay, double tap between the heavy and the medium. No amount of rep stations will save you from 2 shots in 6 seconds. Very good kill there, very good catch by Ronin and Condor Legion's armor. Especially, I think Thrag put the first shot in them, and the heavy pretty sure took the second shot in there. Very nice kill. But like I always say in my casts, if they stay here and they do nothing with it, they're gonna bring another P4. And that kill means nothing, except for points for armor. So they need to first repair this tank, second make something happen. They need to make something happen. If they stay here, it is all for nothing. It is all for nothing. Armor imbalances are very important if tankers are smart. Right now, there's no tanks. Very good for this tank. I applaud you. Both tanks are wiped. I missed the other P4 being killed. So they need to make something happen. I really like this. Really like this. There's no bazookas inside. Another kill. Congrats to this tank for using the brain. Let me... Malinois, very good decision. I always say this. Armor, anyone can drive, anyone can gun, anyone can spot. The key difference is decision making. And Vargas is probably gonna put an OP if he doesn't get sniped by Franklets. Find cover, my friend, find cover. Nice OP, away from the hedgerow, very smart. The spotter should see those heads moving. They did. So you know they're gonna come from your right, right? If they were sneaking up. One bazooka in there, VK. Don't go forward. Reinforcements have arrived. All this was possible because of the Sherman that pushed. So this is how armor can make things happen for the infantry. The OP was removed with a grenade. We need Vargas to stay alive. OP's up. Oh no, if you stay prone like that, you're gonna lose the OP and you're gonna get killed. They let down the P4. The Sherman, sorry. And they get completely wiped. The infantry let this tank alone. They should have held the point. Unfortunate. Now P4 comes in. How unfortunate for Ronin. They couldn't protect the Sherman. The Sherman took such a beating. So many rockets. And where's the heavy, by the way? The heavy is gonna die to a precision. Instead of supporting the medium, we have a heavy here that's moving. Very good. Very lucky. Very lucky. Once again, if it's not from a satchel, it's going to be from a bazooka. You see a half track. Please tell me that Vargas marked this tank. Vargas marked this tank. I think it is. And the medium is gonna die. Hello, welcome to the backlines. Needless. Very good driving. Where are the bazookas? This is the American team. Instead of riflemen, it should be bazooka. It has the same weapon plus a bazooka. I will never understand this. I will never understand the lack of AT players. Where are the AT players? Another rifleman. I mean, it's the same weapon. The same weapon. It's a Garand. M1. Grab the bazooka. Okay, Ultra finally spawns with the bazooka. There's 3 OPs and only 1 bazooka. And they lost the Gary. Let's see this push a little bit. Let's see what happens over here. Emma with his squad. Or her squad. Emma is unisex, so I don't know if it's a she or a he. Or something else. Apologies for assuming, but we don't know. Emma goes down. So far, the only one really making important inroads has been Chimera. They used the tanks a little bit better. Chico couldn't get the OP. He's not too close yet. Takes a kill. Survives the artillery. This guy has plot armor. Another kill. And goes down to Kitsune. And still couldn't get the OP. How unlucky for Chico. It was so close to the OP. It was so close. The OP is right there. He literally ran through there. Could have just jumped these boxes, right? And burned this. They can do it again. Just jump those boxes. OP burn, finally. I'll go through the door, why not? Emma takes down one. Emma drops dead. They burn the other OP, so yeah, the OP is burnt again. The heavy decided everyone is dying, so why not push? This tiger has been there the whole game. I don't know how effective you're gonna be 3 squares back. Chimera tanks are disappointing me now. They did a really good job in the opener. Now they're just in the back lines. Letting these tanks, both of these tanks, the medium and the heavies, both heavies. Now they replace this with the heavy, okay. The medium is gonna make a play. It's a solo tanker. Nothing's gonna come out of that. Most certainly. Nether insists on throwing fuel to the garbage can, and Chimera is gonna take every single half truck you push. They're gonna take it. I'm gonna say thank you for the present. Let's see. The battle of a single medium versus a full crew heavy. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. Hello. Hello, Brian Panzer. They go into a mark that doesn't exist. They marked a Puma. The communication is really a problem here. Communication has been a problem. Commander marked something and didn't tell them it was destroyed, and it didn't tell them it was a Puma. And this tank missed a chance to kill the medium. The other heavy is engaging. Okay, the predictable happened. Meanwhile, the targets are moving very slowly. Something I've seen in many good 36s is armor playing as a duo together. We have not seen this today. Both only once here in the south, but then the medium push and the heavy went somewhere else. But in most of the really good games I've seen so far in HTL, sorry, hold the line, has involved, but especially the heavies, but both tanks playing together, like one next to each other, doing the same thing. So it's very hard to kill. Very hard to kill when they play together. But as long as they play separate like this, one in each square and so on, they might not only go down to infantry, but also to a combined armor push. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes. This tank is looking for someone. It's really far. Crazy Ivan. Exhilarating play. From one wall to another. Who is he shooting at? Peekaboo. I like the skin. That's a nice outfit. Nice kill. He hears the steps, knows someone is coming, and he gets taken down. Okay, set me free. And crossfire from Chico, very good job. Avenging the death of his sergeant. Kansa and Chico, I like this. I like this sandwich. One on each side. Burns the OP. Here's the steps probably. Someone kills Emma. It wasn't Chico, it was someone else. It was Ultra? Probably. Yeah, it was Ultra. Let's follow the adventures of Chico. Short book. It was a short book. A few pages. Tiger dies. Incredible with a repair station. What happened? It looks sad. What happened? What did you die to? Don't tell me you died of loneliness. Who shot you? From where? There's no one apart from this tank over here that has no shots on you. Wow. I missed that out. Clearly it was the tank, but I missed it from which angle. Maybe it was engined? Maybe he got engined when he was running south. A shot in the engine area and they were done. I like this push. Look at the amount of blue over here. P4 is getting a beating. Manned here by Dingo. Track damage. Short. Next one, but Chucky might do the trick. That was a close one. Another half truck. But that's the thing, right? If you have OPs and a Gary, you don't. The problem is not lack of spawns. The problem is a different one. So, you know what I mean? Like, a half truck here is redundant. Nobody's gonna spawn on it because OPs are faster. So, and there's a Gary here, like literally 65 meters away. What is provoking? the shots over here. Let's see if the Gary falls to the heavy. Puma goes down. Heathens must be tired of driving and dying. There's longer the drive from HQ than anything else. I like this fearless tank. As long as you face them, brother. Face them, face them. Yep. They're gonna do the 2-1. They're gonna shoot you from the side and from the side. Spotter, hello? You don't see infantry on the left? Two of them got out. Incredible. Who killed them? Who killed them? It was Rafiki? It was Rafiki. You son of a gun. Yeah, that's why you don't get out in the middle of a fight. I mean, if you're gonna use a half track, why don't you drive it here, you know? Get the 2 heavies and drive a half track. At least there's no spawn in here. You help the infantry not run that open field. But putting the half track here surrounded by a Gary and 5 OPs makes no sense to me. Makes no strategic sense. At least do it here. You drive fast, tanks help you, and you put it in there. At least you do that. And then 10 people spawn on it. Because this is an area that they cannot run. Let's see if that Tiger... The Tiger seems uninterested in a wounded heavy. This tank... I hope they're doing a crazy amount of CE, because... What is this tank doing? The whole game, they've been in this road, looking through here. Look at how narrow. They're very scared about dying. They could be in this hedgerow. What's stopping you? They could be in any of those hedgerows. They could be in the church if they want to. They could be right here in this wall if they wanted to. Right here. Overlooking all of this. The only reason this, you know, has not pushed further is because armor. Look what they're playing. Very timid. Except for Heathens, solo and a medium. The rest are very timid. They're not helping the infantry. That's the major issue. They're not shooting where the infantry is pushing. They're doing their own thing. They're playing their own separate game. I do like this. I do like the heavy helping the infantry. In part because they have nothing else to do. So they're forced to play correctly. But so far, it's been 45 minutes. A pretty even battle. Chimera knows that if they don't control battery, it's really painful to move from orchards into artillery battery. So they're doing everything in their power to hold the line, particularly the road. The road is diagonal. It's not straight north to south, but it's diagonal, and the road is a very natural very nice natural barrier to separate in this bifurcation, right? You have the west and the east roads. And the middle of here is no man's land. Is the area where everyone needs to fight over those buildings. Why am I not surprised that the half-track is destroyed? We do see a heavy and it's marked by Maxi Nether. I don't think they have a peak, either the Tiger neither the Tiger nor the heavy. The Tiger or the 76. Maybe that little window there. This is a good spot. A very good spot by the 76. Losing his crew, Brian Panzer. So to show you where the Tiger is, the Tiger is behind the hedgerow right there. That's a silly way to lose a tank. He's asking for a push. You probably had to hit its side. Very good shot. Thrag here, Malinois. Very nice kill, a pick up on that Tiger kill. Congratulations. Very nice move. Unfortunately, the other heavy is busy pushing a Lux. Sorry, a Greyhound. This carry is the problem. I don't know why they're not shooting that area. Bazooka came in. They should see the Gary right there. Now, the allies need to make this matter. Needs to make this make sense. Why is this crew not taking the medium? I do not understand. It's a medium there. Another tank goes down. Looks in this occasion. An airhead. Okay. Why not? Why not a half track? Bring a half track there at least. If you're gonna use half tracks. This P4 is gonna run amok. How much? No one's gonna spawn here. We see the P4 over there. It missed the Gary, of course. No spotter. It's gonna miss the Gary by a little bit. I would have probably done it like vertically on the point. Somehow the Gary's gone? I think it was a shell from the a tank. The heavy goes down in the south. Precision. Very good, very nice. Tiger destroyed. So the Tiger took the 76, but the last breath of the 76 gave the coordinates, and Nether in 15 seconds, which is the amount of time it takes for the precision to hit, took an eye for an eye. Very strong pressure in the front. A heavy is gonna step in the circle. I like this. I really like this. But they need to kill this P4. Here comes. I hate to be wrong, but I was wrong. Armor is making a hero play. Just capping by himself, plus a few friends over there. Please, this P4 be marked. Please be marked. Please be marked. Don't kill the heavy. How is a P4 running around? Okay, commander marked it. Let's see how quick is the reaction. We need bazookas. It wiped some OPs. If this P4 kills the heavy and the Greyhound, I don't know. I'm gonna shut down the transmission. Come on, Saya. Saya, there's a tank marked behind you by the commander. Where are you going, bro? Bro. No. No. Don't you hear there is a P4 in the back line? Also, there's a commander mark that was removed. Oh my god, engine, bro. I'm gonna have a heart attack. My fucking god. What is this? Oh my god, the P4 killed everyone. Oh my god. Anyways. The reaction there, terrible. And here comes Benny Hill. Beep, 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 beep. What a beautiful artillery strike. Look! Look where the artillery gun is made! How? Cooler, why you do that to yourself? It's in order to shoot at Les Seals in case they push. I understand that. If in case they were expecting probably to lose 4-1. So, in order to shoot at Les Seals, if you're here or here, you have no range. Once again, a very expensive garrison with wheels dies. It takes forever to drive that shit. Nothing I say will deter the Allies to keep using half-tracks. There's a garrison here. At least we have that going. It is something. They're waiting to save fuel. They have a medium. They have a heavy. They have a Stuart. They have the south. The Belgian gates they used to peek are actually helping the Allies now. Bush position acquired. Both die. They deserved it. So these two tanks are shooting at each other with MGs in the middle. Nice. So that P4 is at the end of this. And B76 is at the end of the other one. Guy is blocked. Ultra, they're running in front of you, brother! Oh my god. Yeah, this is like a prerequisite to play comp, like be a rat. You have to be a rat. That's the only way you can play. You have to be a rat. You have to hide everywhere. He gets taken down. Is Ultra the only player playing in the south? The only player spawning on Able OP? Where's the rest of Able OP? Able is 2 people? Why? The furthest south OP and it's now filled. Come on, boys. This P4 doesn't know, but the heavy is there. It was there. It moved north. The other Tiger in this favorite spot, shooting at infantry. Okay, this before is risking it all. It's in the middle of the open. Yeah, that is not comforting, hearing an STG in your ass. God module takes the final shot. The Stewie runs away. Diesel might make a run for... who is this? Let loose might make a run for the Gary. Where are you, pet? Oh, he was taken down. Okay. It looks like the battle for the church is not a battle anymore. Full control by Chimera of the North. P4 goes down by Thrags. They have been really good today. Very consistent, that tank crew. Kills the P4 in the south. It's almost as if they're hearing me. Finally, the heavy... Look at that. Someone brought a Panther. Julie has a bazooka or has a satchel? Let's see. By how it's behaving, he has a bazooka. Yep. Will we see another precision strike? He has the munition. He got removed. You hear the sweet engine of a tiger moving about. So Chimera, with 26 minutes to go, has restabilized the front line, but they got pushed though. They got pushed hard because they were really knocking on the doors of these buildings on the left, and they got reset pretty hard. And they still don't fully control the south. So there is still some... They gave up then... I kind of agree with this. The theory is you control the church to crossfire, but I never see that happening. So I think this is a good move by the Allies. Just let the church be. They're clearly not using MGs. One of the I say this and they just went to the roof. Get out of there. Don't make me look like a fool. Okay, the 76 is retreating. Probably he got a whiff of that tiger. He didn't like it. So it's... they do need to protect this Gary, though. Supplies. This is what they need to do. Ultra understands the map. You need to just start pushing through this. Like you crawl or you crouch and you run. If you make it to here, you have a really good view of all the monkeys moving around. Someone's trying to take Jockey down. Not while I'm casting him over my dead body. They have 2 heavies now, and a medium in the south. The heavy is really trying. The other heavy is trying to make a U-turn there, but there's a lot of people with bazookas. Yeah. He's more alone than Hitler on Friends Day. Look at this. You need some support, guys. Unfortunate. That bombing run caught a few of the friends. Another half track. Yep. I've been telling you, but you don't listen. Half trucks don't work offensively. Too big, too noisy, too slow to spawn. Too expensive. Even 150, those too expensive. Oh, artillery today is really on point. Carry OPs and Greyhound destroyed. Nice engine shot by Ultra. One more. Oh, that was a good attempt. Very nice shot. Ultra is playing a really good game today. Unfortunate he couldn't connect the second one to engine the medium. And these incursions with mediums are so painful for. Nice peek up there by Ewald. Very nice. Yeah, if they let them go, this was a very nice shot, but if they miss, I mean, they can do so much damage to the backlines. Look how many OPs and Garys and destructible things there are there. You need to be really careful, the Ronin and Legion Condor. really careful about those. We saw how before, when they had the best push of the game so far, they go white by 1P4, going from the north, driving through the hard cap, destroying Garys, showing up behind the killing recon tank and the heavy, right in there where cheat is. And I don't know if communication was not working or something happened to them. Now they're trying an airhead. I would say it's too close to the enemy. It could have been in this house, could have been there, could have been there even. This is in the open, it's a little bit too close. Everyone sees the blueprint. The grenade was too long, yeah, too far. Nah, that one isn't better. Nice pick there by Jockey from the window, the tiny window. Unfortunate, one OP is gonna die. Bokeh couldn't save the OP, unfortunate. Franklets doesn't see the other OP. Probably too busy reloading. The other OP is wiped by Rambo. Artillery kills the repair station. They're dealing with a Puma in the back line. Yeah, tanks are a little bit lonely. A little bit lonely. .476 tried to push, but the team couldn't make it on time. There's an absence, conspicuous absence of blue. Conspicuous absence of blue. Just a tank. Where's everyone? Where's everyone from Ronin Condor? Are they all here? This is not 36. This is 3, 5. This is 10 people. Where are the other 20? Okay, 3 spawn there, 2 spawn here, 3 spawn here. Minutes to go. We see the other heavy in the buildings. Try to remove that Panther who's been a pesky thorn on the side. Every attempt of a push, it has amazing crossfire into this road and has stopped anything moving. The half tracks, the endless half tracks, and the infantry. So between that tank and artillery, they have locked down the front door, basically. The secret to maybe we can precision now if we convert fuel into this. Another half track. We're not only wasting fuel on half track, we're also wasting fuel on jeeps. Why not? Someone got wiped, and instead of spawning on this, wanted to use a truck, a jeep. Okay. You better make use of this jeep, my friend. You better win the game with this jeep. Or else it cannot get out of the beach, apparently. Let's see what this 50 fuel supplies are gonna do. Beautiful use of supplies. That's not where it is. That's not what it is. What are they doing with the cannon? Woo! Patroclo survives the splash. That cheeky panther is moving through the foliage. Saya is in the middle of a party. He was not invited. He takes a kill. He puts a satchel. Good job. Is he downstairs? He was, but he left a present for everyone. Don't leave, guys. Don't leave. He left a present for you. Make sure to open it. Only one kill. There were 4 people in there. That's cheap. I wanted to see like a whole building wipe. 11 minutes 30 on the clock. -2 for capping. Uh-oh. The heavy's taking a shot from the front. It's gonna fall. One more and they're done. They might survive. Don't stop. You got shot from the front. Keep reversing. What are you doing? They decided to stop. Oh my. Lucky. Lucky. This tank, instead of pushing and seeing him, well, they're lucky, yeah. Chimera looking strong for the final phase of the game. Looky over here. The panther was finally killed. Unbelievable. Where's the carcass? Where's the carcass? They killed also the light tank. They killed the panther. I love this. But again, they're alone. They're alone. They're alone. They're alone. They're alone. They are alone. Burpee with the disgusting angle. Disgusting angle. What a cheeky couple over here. You guys disgust me. I want to see you ever again. Good job there, Chimera, holding back the tank with a few rounds, with a few bullets. That was quite clever if it was true. He could have put the satchel on. He put it here to kill people next to them. Maybe the tankers. I don't know. I will put the satchel on the tank. This is very important. This is a very important building. Good for Julien. It's a very important angle to use. Six minutes 40 on the clock. Very strong commitment here in the north. Another half truck. I'm gonna have nightmares today about half trucks. Driving and dying, driving and dying. Whoever put this OP, god damn you. Like, put it here, brother, put it here. You interrupt the pass of all the tanks. The amount of stuff they're tossing at this poor tank. .26 and we're still shooting the front of heavies. Why you waste your rocket on the front of a heavy? Yeah, you got what you deserved. Okay, that was a round. Those are thick tracers, that means it's a tank. Get the gun on point and push the shit. You can do it. Come on. I have faith in you. Half truck destroyed. I mean, the amount of half trucks this man threw away should be a record. I think he's trying to beat the record. Don't show side. Don't show side. Do you get pinned on the reaction assist? Stop. Another rocket in the front? Are we kidding? Are we? This must be a joke. Tiger takes the kill. .40 with that Tiger killing the 76. Basically, this is GG. No more chances for push. We do see infantry close, but 30 seconds to go. That thing happened. This tank killed the Tiger. Very good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Congratulations, Chimera. Very nice game. Very well planned out. You could see that they really prepared. Prepare the crossfires from tanks in the south and north. They had a superior performance, I think, in terms of overall controlling the point and doing more damage with the mediums and the deep dives. Very nice job by Chimera. It takes a 3-2 victory over Ronin Condor Legion. That was tracks. Another kill for Mario. And that was it. Thank you for tuning in. Division 2, Week 3, victory for Chimera. We're probably starting their day right now, starting their Sunday. I don't know the time. Here is Saturday night in the US. This is funny. With that image, I will leave you. Thank you for tuning in. I'm gonna give it to the gunner, level 89. Very good. He did really well today. A little bit of the scores. Alrighty then. Have a good rest of your weekend. If you're in the US, happy 4th of July and happy Sunday tomorrow. And if you're in Australia, go to the beach. Touch some grass. Enjoy your Sunday, guys. Bye-bye.